At least I expected that I'll be kicked out of the house by my husband during the winter in a rainy day, not giving me anything, no money. I didn't have nothing, zero. He just ready to destroy me. I did not expect that from him. His sister called me back and told me, come over, stay with us. But I told her again, but I have a restraining order saying I'm dangerous. I know you have kids, is it okay? She said, you must be kidding. Just come over and stay. Come over. Let me see what happened. So I went. I went to their house. His brother-in-law, the kids, they've even offered money as a help while I was kicked out of this house. I don't want to be powerless, but I really thought today when I was doing puja, I will record my honest truth. And this is how it's coming, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. So they offered me money. I said no, that's okay, because while that time I was able to reach out to my brothers in London. So I told them I need some help, financial help. They told me they will send. But it was close to Christmas season, so I had to vacate from her house too, because Douglas will be coming to their house for Christmas. Then by then my friend Priya from ISKCON, she called me back and she said she offered place for me. She was renting out the room to pay for her house mortgage. But in my case, she said, that's okay, just come over. This one room is available. Just yesterday or last night, somebody moved out and I have one small room available. I told them, but I don't have the money to pay for you, the rental. And she said, no, don't worry, just come over. So I stayed there for, I think, 2-3 months. So imagine, after 10 years when I'm sharing, this much fear is, so much is coming at that time. And I didn't know what to do when I got the thing. I have a court date on December 30th or 31st. I'll show this document. There's court date on December 30th or 31st. It was just right after Christmas and before New Year, so I couldn't find lawyers. And then the lawyers that I went, I made so many calls, like they had pro bono. I learned so many things at that time. I did research for cheap, helping and women victim, all kinds of things. Did not really get help, even with the organizations. So somehow so I was finding for lawyers, I could not find. All of them are gone on vacation for Christmas and New Year. Literally, there's 2-3 guys that I met. One guy, he was telling even to start, he wanted me for $10,000 really, in California Bay Area. Another one, I found a lawyer. Then I remember these are the odd ones. He said for $2,000 he will review my document. So I got an appointment. I went to his office, and I remember walking out really in tears at that time, because I hardly had any papers. I walked out of the house. I got kicked out, so I did not get any papers, not even my social security card, zero my school education certificates, my everything and anything, my work, anything, zero. I just walked out with my clothes. So I had nothing to show that guy as a proof or anything. I went to the lawyer, just access from my old email, maybe 2 papers printed, and that lawyer did not even open the folder I gave, zero. All he was saying, I have to put the money first before he can even open. And just to look at that paper, he was asking for 2,000 US dollars. And clearly, one thing I'm so grateful to Swamiji's teaching. Clearly, I could see he was playing with my fear. He's telling, oh my God, this is. He asked me what happened, so I just opened till I got a restraining order. I was already scared, you could tell. And he did not want to even open. He said, only if you give money I can open. This is a big case. This is a big trouble. A restraining order is not easy. And he was just playing with my fear. I could just clearly see he was playing with my fear. Thanks to Swamiji and to all who are listening, I am telling you, one of the teaching that Swamiji gave me to become aware whether people were playing with my fear or greed, that much I knew was through Swamiji's teaching, the book Guaranteed Solution. Honestly, you guys really have to check out Guaranteed Solution. It really talks about fear. And of course, I took the teacher's training. So I clearly saw the lawyer was playing with my fear. He was telling everything. I walked out in tears because it did not even touch the paper, did not even open it. All they wanted money. I didn't have that money. Just right before my court date, that day before that, like later in that evening, I found a lady lawyer. I don't know how I was doing so much, and she said, come over. She went through the paper. She said, oh, not a problem at all. But I also remember a few lawyers had left a voice message. They called and they said, just make sure you show up. Don't ever, never show up. That much 2-3 women lawyers helped. As soon as they knew another woman victim, at least I saw that in them. These lawyers called me immediately and told me that do not avoid the date. Go to that court and request for extended date. I was in so much fear to go by myself. But 2-3 lawyers, women lawyers, called me and told me the same thing. They say they are on vacation, they are out of town, but you make sure to go and represent yourself. If not, you'll get everything he asked for and it won't be easy. And just a time before that, that's why divine power, God is always with you when you're always doing the good work. So when I found this woman lawyer, she said she's ready to help. I don't have to give her anything. She said as she wins the case, and she will get the percentage from there. So finally I found one woman in the Bay Area ready to help, and then she looked at this, she said, it's really nothing, your case is nothing, don't worry, be brave. And she opened a folder and copied something. She showed me, see, you actually can prosecute him under criminal case because he voice recorded you everything behind your back. You didn't even know. It's a crime in California law for husband and wife to have a private conversation and to be recorded without your consent. So she gave me that. She photocopied that section and everything. She gave me that. And she was telling, you should really fight for this. Do not give in. Nothing. But I was okay with that. But I just didn't know what to say. I was feeling relief because she did not even ask money. So I just went with her. On the date of court date, she was in the front representing. I saw him near the scanning the bag and where you have to go through to check. So when we went into the office sitting, she's the one who was talking. I was at the last bench and sitting, like I clearly remember my both hands under my thigh, and I'm just sitting like this. My body was shaking, my legs and body was just shaking without my control. I'm like trying to control, but it was just shaking. I saw she went in front and she spoke just for a matter of less than a few minutes. And I don't know, I think they gave a different date. After that, I saw the lawyer was like laughing and I was just sitting in the court. waiting for her instruction. While I was waiting, I saw the lawyer met her other friends, co-workers, other lawyers, and they were laughing, making fun, and she was making remarks of my case. Oh, this is another case, staying out there. That reminds me of me with my other friends, counselors, how we are like buddy friends, laugh in the case, and then we talk about the case. It's so small, but for that victim it is big, so we should feel. So I realized one thing happened is when I met these two lawyers saying not to talk to each other. The document says I should not meet him. It's a crime. I can be put in behind the bar. And these lawyers tell the same thing. But what I saw was, maybe these two lawyers really talking. They could even be friends. But to me, they were like enemies. They, put all kinds of fear in me not to talk. Anyway, I went with that flow. So finally, my lawyer, she came up with some. I was shocked to see the document, my divorce document, everything that Doug has wrote about me and Swamiji, least I expected. I don't know how you guys going to believe me, but I did not think I didn't know this is coming. I did not think my husband can go to that extreme. That is the world that I was living. So I had so much fear. Finally, I realized with Swamiji's teaching, I really knew, clearly I knew he wanted money. He wants to grab the property that we have, because I know he wanted to get the money from Swamiji also. So clearly I could see that he wanted money. So then I was lucky enough that even in that house, what Swamiji is teaching, I'm telling you, that's why I say Swamiji's teaching is so powerful. We go through emotional time like this up and down, but it doesn't take 2 days, 3 days to come out, right? Matter of minutes, matter of seconds, you come out of it and bounce back, never fall in depression.